no act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. On this World Kindness Day, positivity is flowing across the greater Pittsburgh area. And joining us to celebrate this very special day is the host and creator of the Yinz Are Good podcast, Tressa Glover. I'm so happy to have you here.
I'm so happy to be here.
You know, I've been fortunate enough to be on your podcast before. You do such a wonderful job, but for people who aren't familiar with it, tell us more about the mission of what you do.
Yeah. The mission is to get good news out there. Plain and simple is how I like to say it, but I started in the middle of 2020 and all that entailed, wanting to lead with the good stuff, the good news, people helping each other, people doing good things for each other, and wanting people to connect maybe in different ways that they hadn't before. So it's like, let's just get good stuff out there, and then it has evolved.
It was, I mean, 2020, 21, even into 22, like it felt like we were weighed down by negativity. Did you find yourself kind of coming out of that hole with all of this good news that was actually happening instead of the bad?
Yes, and getting to meet people, as you get to do here, but getting to meet people that I probably never would have met, let alone gotten to talk to at length so much, and just learning and, you know, hearing people's stories and just hearing there is so much good. There is as much good as not.
Right.
It's just we don't hear it.
So you have guests on your podcast too. It's not just highlighting the good things that are happening around. What kind of guests do you have?
Oh my goodness. Well, we have folks from nonprofits, for-profits, organizations. Oh, I see. Oh, the Kindness Crate. I see the photos up there. Oh, Listen Lucy. I know Jordan's been on the show.
Yes,
so,
she's been on.
Who's that?
That's me.
That's one, Heather Abraham. So we do live shows. You were part of that one, Giselle Fetterman. So we're doing live shows. Oh my goodness. Josh and Gab, 412 Thrive. Josh Axelrod from the Post-Gazette. Michelle Gainey, First Lady of Pittsburgh. A lot of people. North Hills Community Outreach. Basically, but it's whomever, it's individuals as well as organizations, groups. But let's talk about the good that people are doing for each other. And then also, I'm trying to make it a hub where folks can go. If you're free on a Saturday and you have a couple hours and you want to volunteer or do something good, but where do I go? Like sometimes it's actually overwhelming, or like, where do I start?
Yeah.
So on our website, as I have guests on the show, I link, you can go to our do-gooders tab. And you can go right to all of the websites and you can find, you know, who's looking for volunteers, who's looking for help. So that also to maybe kind of engage all of us in how we can help each other.
Don't you find too, like it's kind of like the pay it forward type thing? Yes. Once you hear about some people who are doing something good, it's like this train keeps rolling. Like it just spreads that way, doesn't it?
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. And I've gotten feedback like that from listeners of the show and also guests who've been on the show. Who then start to listen, you know, if they hadn't already, and I'll get feedback like, oh my gosh, I didn't know about this group, or collaboration that's happened between Off the Floor Pittsburgh, who brings furniture to folks who need it, and I did a segment with Blessed Home Project. Oh, they're incredible. And the Off the Floor people said, oh, I think we should connect because we could get together and work together. It's amazing.
Well, we saw the picture and you kind of brought this up here, and you brought some props here. Tell us about your kindness crates.
I designed these myself. Not a grade schooler, but me. I sure did.
But this cute.
Is, and I love alliteration, so Kindness Crate. But I started it, and so folks, I have them at events. So I had them at the Off the Record event at the Byam that raises money for the food bank, of course, you're familiar, but also at farmers markets, small businesses that'll leave it on their counter for a few days. I had it in the picture that was shown at an elementary school on the north side, and a teacher kept it for a week, and the kids came up and filled it. And the idea is you just write down acts of kindness you've experienced, or maybe you've done for someone, or folks you're grateful for, or so there's a whole bunch. And this is kind of a mix of, you can tell some are younger people and some are adult folks, but it's whatever, and then I share them on the show.
Oh, I love this. Okay, let's see. A teller at a bank canceled my uncashed check, no fee, thank you. Never found the check, by the way. Work shoe, oh wait, what does this say? Work?
Oh, wore new shoes.
Oh, wore new shoes to
a job interview. Got a blister on the way home. A stranger noticed and quietly handed me a Band-Aid.
Oh, sometimes it's all you need.
It is.
It's a little Band-Aid.
It's the little things, and then there are some, of course, in there that are saying, you know, the people being grateful for the city of Pittsburgh and the community of Pittsburgh and what people do. So it's anything. It can be anything.
Well, and I love this too, because while you're hearing about some of the nonprofits, the charities, the organizations who are helping in big ways, even somebody giving a Band-Aid, that small act of kindness can mean the world, because it could mean that you could go on with the rest of your day.
That's
you
exactly
know?
it. Because sometimes people ask, you know, like, because I encourage listeners to share their stories.
Yeah.
Email us and send your story. And sometimes people say, oh, my story, you know, what? I said, there's no wrong.
There's no wrong.
You don't know how you can change somebody's day.
Quickly tell us about your live show. It's coming up.
Gosh.
I can't wait. This was the one that I was able to do.
Yes.
I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but when is it coming up?
Christmas show, Monday, December 11th. We're going to be in the Cultural District in the Trust Arts Building.
Wonderful.
We have Rick Seaback, oh my gosh, and Jasmine M. Cho, who's a Food Network champion, among many other things. It's going to be a blast. We're going to have cookies and cocktails and things. So I
love being in your presence. You're amazing. I'm so glad that you were able to come here on World Kindness Day. What a perfect day to have you on.
Thank you.
The Yinz Are Good podcast is available on most audio streaming platforms, including Apple Podcasts and Spotify. For more information, you can head to our website, kdka.com/talkpittsburgh. And don't forget to spread some kindness today. Coming up on the show, teaching kids about boundaries can protect them, how you can break down this concept so they'll understand it at any age.